Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we're going to be looking at something very interesting. We're going to be going over building a brain tumor detection model using computer vision. Specifically, you're going to be using YOLO, and you're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you how to fine tune this, how to first pre-train a model, and then basically fine tune this model using a very interesting library called LightlyTrain. So thank you LightlyTrain for sponsoring this video. So we're going to be going over all this using LightlyTrain, and I'm going to leave all the in the video description. I'm going to leave the link to the documentation, the Discord channel, and all the GitHub repos of LightlyTrain. So LightlyTrain is just a great framework for training your computer vision models. So in this, let's get started, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how to get started using LightlyTrain. Okay, so let's get started with it. So in this course, in this video, we're going to be covering a couple of things. We're going to be looking at the fundamentals of computer vision, and then I'm going to, basing on those fundamentals, we're going to go ahead and build a pre-training model, and then doing a fine-tuning on that pre-trained model, and then finally I'm going to show you how to do predictions using this fine-tuned model, all using LightlyTrain, and it's very simple to do. Few lines of Python code. So let's get started with it. So the first thing you're going to be looking at is a fundamental concept of computer vision. You're going to be using YOLO, right, which is basically a neural network. So we're going to understand basically how computer vision utilizes neural networks to make things like object detection, segmentation, and all that. You're going to take all that basic knowledge and apply it in building our final model in LightlyTrain. Okay, so if you're new to computer vision, this video is not meant to scare you away. It's gonna be very, very simple. As I said, you're gonna be building this model in just few lines of Python code. So trust me and hang along. It's gonna be really easy and really interesting to do. And you can use this for your own computer vision projects. Other projects that you have, you can fine tune, pre-train a YOLO model and then fine tune it for different cases. So let's start with the basic stuff, which is the image classification. So classification is just basically telling if an object is belonging to class A or class B, or if there are more classes. So in this case, we have these two cute images, right? An image of a cute dog and an image of a cute cat, right? So basically, can we give this image to a computer, and the computer can tell us, okay, this is a cat and this is a dog, right? So it's basically classification, telling us putting this image into one group or the other group. In this case, we have two groups, the cat group or the dog group. So if you give an image to a neural network and it's able to tell you what groups the image belongs to, that is basically what you call image classification. So now let's move on to classification and localization. So sometimes you might want to know, okay, in this image, there is a dog, fine, belongs to the dog class, but where is the dog within the image? Right, that's where localization comes into place. So localization basically shows you which part of the image actually has a dog. So in this case, you can see we have a dog, and you have a round bounding box around this. We call this one bounding boxes, and this bounding box shows exactly which part of the image the dog is located in, and that is called classification and localization, right? Moving on to object detection. So object detection, basically we have an image that can have multiple objects of interest that our model is trained to recognize. In this case, we have a model that can detect dog images, right? In this case, there are multiple dog images. So it needs to draw bounding boxes around each of these individual dogs. That is called object detection. So it detects the object and see, okay, in this image, I have multiple objects that I can tell, that the model can tell. So it needs to go ahead and show us, okay, in this part of the image, there is a dog. In this part of the image, there is a cat. In this part of the image, there is another dog. In that part of the image, there is another cat. That is called basically object detection. Moving on to segmentation. So segmentation builds on top of the idea of object detection. So object detection, basically, we do have an image, has multiple objects that our model can detect, is able to draw bounding boxes around them, right? So segmentation takes a bit more further. Instead of just drawing bounding boxes around them, actually draw segments, right? Basically tiny lines, basically tracing basically the image of the dog. Kind of, we call it a kind of a tracing, right? So basically you trace the image, you trace the position of the dog within the image. So you can see I have this line drawn around exactly where the image is. So instead of just having a box like this, I'm actually going ahead and going closer and tracing exactly the dog's image within the dog's position within the image. That is called image segmentation, object segmentation. So those are the very fundamental things within machine learning and object detection. So you're going to take all this and you're going to be using, in our case, you're going to be using object detection to detect which part of the human brain of an X-ray image has a brain tumor or not. Okay, you're going to be doing all this using LightlyTrain. So let's move on to understanding a simple architecture of how LightlyTrain works. So, sorry, not LightlyTrain, rather than how a neural network works. Okay, so in this case, for example, we have an image of a cat, right? So we have our neural networks here. So basically, you can think of it like a black box, which most people refer to. So this black box could be like a YOLO or a ResNet, right? So in this case, I'm going to be focusing on the YOLO. So YOLO stands for you only look once, right? So we're going to be using YOLO to do our detection. In this case, we have an image of a cat. The image of the cat is sent through our neural network. It does its processes and then basically outputs the following vector. Okay, so this vector has P, Bx, By, Bw, Bh, C1, and C2. So what does this mean? So P tells us whether an object that the model, our neural network, has been trained to detect is within the image or not. So if our neural network has been trained to detect cats and dogs, right, and you present an image of a cat, then that P is going to be 1. If you present an image of a dog, then P is going to be 1 because the object of interest that the model can detect is within the image, right? So moving on, let's imagine you give it an image of a car. It's not trained to detect a car, so P will be 0. That's what basically P stands for. The presence of object of interest or the absence of a object of interest. So Bx, the B stands for the bounding boxes. So Bx stands for the x coordinate, By stands for the y coordinate, Bw stands for the width, and then Bh stands for the height. And then C1 and C2 are the different classes. In this case, we have a cat being detected, right? So that is class 1. So class 1 is a image or is a class for the cat. Cat 2 is an maybe image for, sorry, a class for dog. So in this case, we don't have a dog, so C2 is 0, but we have a cat, so C1 is 1, right? The output is 1. So 1 means present, 0 means absent, right? So you can see now, based on these values, you're able to draw this bounding box around the where the object is located. So that's basically how to understand how neural network works and things like YOLO, how they work on a very high level. Okay, so I'm not gonna be going very deep into that. So how do we take this concept and use it to fine tune, to pre-train and fine tune our own models to detect brain tumor in X-ray images? So let's get to it. So we're going to be using LightlyTrain. Is very we do this in very few lines of Python code. So the first thing we're going to be going ahead and doing is first make sure that you have LightlyTrain installed. Again, I'm going to be leaving the access to this notebook in the video description so you guys can have access to it. So I'm simply going to go ahead and install LightlyTrain. So I'll just go ahead and install this. You can see my installation went through and you can see it right here. I installed it successfully. I'm also going to be using using L4. Basically, you can also use A100 GPU if you want to, but L4 is also fine, right? So I was able to use the first time I trained this, I was using an L4, sorry, an A100 GPU, and then when I was trying to train it today, I didn't get access to the A100, so I used the L4, and it works fine. Okay, so it's a bit slow, but works fine. Okay, so for this, you need to have a GPU. I think you need to have a Pro Colab account. If not, you can also use your computer if it has a GPU or any GPU device available to you. So once we have that done, we're going to go ahead and download the data set. So you're going to download the data set. You're going to be using Ultralytics. So just going to say ultralytics.data.utils, import the get det dataset. So we're going to pass in the dataset that we want to. You're going to be using the YOLO brain tumor dataset. There are thousands of datasets, and I'm going to be leaving the link to finding all these datasets on the Ultralytics website. Okay, so I'm going to be using the brain tumor model in this case, dataset in this case. So I'm going to specify it right there, and I'm going to go ahead and simply run this code. So once you run this code, you will see the file being downloaded in here. Okay, so you can see the file being downloaded in here. So I restarted this notebook, that's why you can see the file in here. But in your case, you'll see the file which is going to be called data, and then within that you can see brain tumor data, and then you can see the data set within in there. Okay, so you can if you look here, if you print the data set variable that we have up here, you can see it shows you the position where the path of that folder that is downloaded is. In this case, it's going to be content data set, so it's going to be here a data set / brain tumor, right? And then you can find all the different classes, like 0 for negative, 1 for positive, and you can see all that information right there. So you can see if you have any test, any validation, any training set, and all that, right? So I went ahead and simply downloaded the images. Now you can take a look at a bunch of these images if you want to. And for me, I just went ahead and look at the available classes, which is 0 for negative and 1 for positive. You can also use CV2 to actually view some of these images, or you can just go in here and then click on the folder, which is going to be this path, and then take a look at those images manually if you want to. Okay, so once you have that done, this basically can display the images as well. So you can see these are some of the few images that I went ahead and displayed. So these are basically the images right here. So you can see this is positive brain tumor, positive for brain tumor, negative for brain tumor, negative, and also negative. So you can just take a look at these images manually as well. So once we have that done, I'm going to go ahead and get a pre-trained model using LightlyTrain. So to do that, I'm going to go ahead and simply import LightlyTrain, and from Ultralytics, I'm going to go ahead and import settings. You can escape this part because I haven't used it in my code, but in some codes you can, some parts you can use it, but in this case I have not used it, so you can ignore this part. Okay, so just import LightlyTrain, and then in here you specify the path to your images, your training images, right? So you can see this is the path to my training images. Once I have the path specified to my training images, I need to specify an out. So an out basically is the output folder where the model will be saved in once it's done training. So that specify the path right here. And then you need to specify which model that you want to use. So in this case, you're going to be using the Ultralytics YOLO 11s.yaml model. Okay, so you're going to be using the YOLO version 11 model. And then basically you're going to be saying the data is going to be the path to this data, which we have specified above here. We specify the number of epochs or the number of iterations we want to train our neural network in, right? So, and it's also specified the batch, so the batch size. So we're going to go ahead and do 64, a batch of 64. So 64 images are going to be going into the mod training instance as one. And then you can also say override. So if you have trained this before and you want to override the existing model that exists within this path, we need to specify the value override. Okay. So once you have that, just press run this cell, and it's going to go ahead and go to the number of epochs, go through the number of epochs that you specified. In this case, I specified 300 epochs. So it's going to go ahead and go run for all those 300 epochs. And once that's done, my model basically has been pre-trained on this data set. Now the model has been pre-trained, we can use the pre-trained model to make a classification. So now we're going to go ahead and do the second part, which is basically fine-tuning our model. Okay, so sorry for that. So we're going to go ahead and simply fine-tune our model. So to fine-tune our model, we're simply going to go ahead and say from Ultralytics, we're going to import the YOLO object. And it's going to say model is equals to YOLO, and you specify the path to where your .pt file is downloaded. So the .pt file is basically the file in which your model will be saved in once it's done training, right? So you just go and you find, basically you go into this folder right here, and you find the path to this exported models, and then you find the exported model, exported underscore last.pt. You specify the path in here. This is very important. So if you get this part wrong, then it wouldn't work. Okay. So once you have this path specified in here, you're going to go ahead and fine tune our model. So how many, you're going to say model.train, and then the data set that you want to train on. Remember, you're using the brain-tumor data set. So you're going to specify brain-tumor.yaml, and then the number of epochs that you want to use. In this case, I use 300 epochs. And you can use less epochs than that. So you can see it's going to go through, and you can see your loss is decreasing over time. All right. So once that's all done, your model has been trained successfully. Awesome. So your model has been pre-trained, and now it has been fine-tuned successfully. Now you can go ahead and you can see this is the loss and all those other metrics that you want if you want to take a look at them. But in this case, we are going to go ahead and try to make some inferences of this. So basically, we're just basically making some inferences. So I'm going to say making inferences. So to make our inferences, you're going to be using CV2 and NumPy, and I have this function written right here. And this basically takes in our model, which we train above here. So we have a model variable. So we're going to go ahead and specify that model variable. We're going to specify the model variable, and then basically pass in our images through it, and then see what classifications we get. So basically model.predict, and pass in the path of the image, and then we get the results, and then from the results we pick the first one, and then we're going to use CV2 to display that image and draw all the bounding boxes around it. So basically I specify the path to my images. So once you download, you have the validation image set. So I'm going to be using this one for testing. So in this case I'm using the same image, but I actually made an error. This needs to be changed, but basically I'm using the same image and running it through the model, right? So this could be different images, so we need to change the path to these images. So my bad there, I made an error there. So, but basically once you specify all the images and run it through your model, it's just going to do all the brain, it's going to be first detecting if there's a brain tumor, and then basically going to draw a bounding box around it. So which part of this image might the tumor be? So you can see it's going to be drawing it around here. It's going to be giving percentage of how positive it's, or how sure it is that this actually area might be a brain tumor, and you can see those classifications right here, right? So you can see within few lines of LightlyTrain, using LightlyTrain and Ultralytics, we have been able to build a simple brain tumor detection. So there are tons of data sets out there, so you can find all these data sets and pre-train and fine-tune your YOLO models or ResNet models or any other computer vision models you want out there to do to do the different classification, segmentation, and object detection use cases. So that's basically it. It does to the documentation, their Discord channel, their GitHub. It's all going to be in the description of the video. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope this video has brought you a lot of value. If it does, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and share this video with all your friends and family who are interested in object detection and computer vision, right? So guys, thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video. So if you want to connect with me, you can find me on Medium at Prince Grandpa, where I write articles about most of my YouTube videos that I make out here. On YouTube, you can find me at Code with Prince, hopefully where you're watching this video. You can also find me on X and on LinkedIn. So if you want us to work on any projects, you want us to collaborate on anything, you want to ask a question, you can find me on LinkedIn at Prince Grandpa. I'm much faster to respond to you either on X or on LinkedIn. So follow me on one of these platforms, and make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and see you guys in the next video. Keep safe. Have a good day.